tuning into this video from, whether it's on Facebook, YouTube, or somewhere else. I'm Safriana Luna, and I'm a quantum creatrix, divine channel, and intuitive healer, as well as a ritual artist. And I, in case you're watching this and you've just recently watched one of my lives, I do want to say that I was at my partner's house the other day, my non-nesting partner's house, and I was recording my first live there. And I realized after looking back at it that the the camera quality wasn't the best. So I wanted to take an opportunity to kind of do a do-over, right? I know things don't have to be perfect. There's no expectation of that, but I want to make sure that if you're tuning in, you're getting the highest quality version of my content that you can. So welcome, and I'm glad that you're tuning in. So today I wanted to talk about the power of the Wheel of the Year and uh, really dive into why this is such a passionate topic for me. So I have been practicing Wheel of the Year traditions and or rituals, whatever you want to call them, experiences, services, sabbats, since I was 18. So it's been a little bit. Feel free to take a guess at how old I am, but it's been a minute. And these traditions have been so transformative to me, not only in terms of connecting with community, but connecting with myself. And this last year, so this full 2022 calendar year, I have been really diving into the experience of these rituals. And I technically started with solstice of 2021, but this year has been my first full year really looking at it within myself and tracking it and mapping it and being fully aware and present in my process, because unfortunately, I have experienced some trauma in my life, and that has led to some dissociation. And that's super common for us to dissociate when we've experienced adverse things. This last year has really been the year where I've started to become more present again, to pull myself in from that dissociative pattern and become more present to myself. So it was really an opportunity for me to dive into the Wheel of the Year on a far more profound level. And I want to bring that to as many people as I can, which has led to me doing a lot of soul searching in terms of what I'm offering professionally. So, if you've known me over the years, you know that I have definitely been exploring what's the right fit for me. And part of what I've determined this year is what's the right fit for me is anything that honors my natural rhythm. I have the rhythm gate in human design. It's literally in my blueprint to want to have a rhythm. And while rhythm is certainly my passion and super important to me, I truly believe it is for everyone, that there's an opportunity to become so much more engaged with life when we do it in a rhythm, whether that is a seasonal rhythm, whether that is the moon rhythm, or whether it's just our own personal rhythm and really, really intimately understanding what that is. So I threw together this presentation just to kind of dive into the why behind it. And in case you haven't seen this, I want to show it to you because I really think that there's some structure, there's some divine design, there's some whatever you want to call it, some cosmic flow that really has determined these seasons, has determined the cycles of life. And when we can become more present to it, we can start to really regain control, power, presence. I don't, control feels kind of icky, but presence to what is. And when we can be present to what is, all kinds of things open up. So everything can change in a year. I've done some prior talks on what has changed for me in the course of a year. But like I already said, in 2022, I set out on a mission to understand my own rhythms and cycles alongside the calendar year. And in doing this, I tapped into more growth, joy, rest, and authenticity than in any year prior in my life. So this brings up the question, what could happen if you dedicated a year to getting to know yourself and your rhythm? What grand possibilities could await you if you were able to tune in to that, whether on an individual level or as a part of a community? And you don't have to be a part of my offerings or what I do to tune into the year. There are such beautiful things awaiting you. And I've already introduced myself here, but I really want to emphasize that it was all of my experiences in life as a teacher, as a therapist, as a ritual leader, as a quantum creatrix that brought me into my ability to tap into my skill as a transformational leader, as an intuitive healer, as a divine channel, open this up and be able to bring it to other people. But first, I had to be able to really bring it to myself. And in that, I discovered that my voice channels my healing gifts. So I need to speak in order to offer my healing gifts to the world. And that was such a difficult thing for me to process. But it has let me uncover that each of my offerings provides a bridge between mental health and spirituality because of the unique circumstances of my careers thus far. And in my personal, in my personal life, I really come to recognize that when we follow the wheel of the year, we experience so many profound things. We experience the rhythm of routine, seasonal celebrations, and flow. We awaken into the symbolism of the seasons around us and the stories that exist within our cultural myths. And this brings such beauty to our life. And there's mindfulness. Again, I mentioned earlier, dissociation was one of my personal struggles. When we're in tune with the seasons, when we're tuning into the time frequently, every month, every new moon, every holiday, we are inviting in more moments of presence in our life. We connect more authentically and profoundly with ourselves, with our communities, and with the planet. And that's huge. We can honor what's alive for us and what's alive in the world. And we can experience a deepened awareness of our emotional, physical, and spiritual health throughout the year. And, to me, this is just magic. And we have an opportunity to constantly be making magic. So why not? Right? So, in terms of what I offer, I work with the Wheel of the Year traditions. And in case you're not familiar with those, it's 8 holidays. There's 4 that correspond directly with where the sun is in transit in terms of the balance between light and dark, or night and day. And those are equinoxes and our solstices. So on the equinoxes, the sun, the day and night, even, balanced. It's beautiful to tune into balance. In the solstices, it's either the longest night or the longest day. And there's a lot of symbolism to work with that too. And then we have our 4 cross quarter days. And I'm considering doing a little mini masterclass on the Wheel of the Year traditions and giving an overview. So if that's something that you would be interested in, absolutely let me know. But I think it's so important to have these 8 opportunities throughout the year. They're very nicely kind of evenly spaced, and it just allows us to drop into what is there. And when we drop into what is there, I've already told you about the benefits of that. We become so much more present, if nothing else. So I love celebrating these holidays. Each of them has their own unique flavor, their own seasonal correspondences, their own myths and stories and traditions. And there's such beauty available in them. So you are invited to the Silver Wheel Spiritual Circle, and this is my 2023 spiritual offering to the world. Because I've really realized I need to preserve my own energy. I can't do the hustle culture anymore. I've done that. I did that all through my 20s into my early 30s, and we are through that, my friends. So if you're feeling that call too, to make sure that you're going at a steady rhythm and pace and that you're making room for balance in your life, this may be a very good opportunity for you. This is for you if really several big reasons. If you are committed to being more in tune with your personal rhythm and breaking harmful cycles that maybe you are or are not aware of within yourself, if you love symbolism and beauty, especially as it relates to nature, if you're intrigued by the concept of balance, if you love and respect our planet and know that there's so much more to learn from our planet when we tune in and listen, and if you're not just looking for another business training or seminar, you just want to show up for yourself on every level, then this program might be right for you. And if not, again, if you're interested in learning about Wheel of the Year traditions and you want to do your own thing, let me know. Let me know that you're interested in a quick masterclass at some point to really dive into what these 8 seasonal celebrations are all about and how you might be able to bring that more into your life. Because what I'm offering is really just the experience of it. So this group will meet according to the Wheel of the Year traditions. So we will be themed right around the holidays. The schedule is already up and available for all of 2023. But they are recorded, so if you can't make a particular time, that's okay. What's not recorded is the integration experiences and process calls, which are a part of the larger community container of the Sibling circle. But if you're just doing the rituals will always be recorded in case you can't make it live. And I am not, for the most part, scheduling on the actual holiday in case you want to do something. In the Kajabi portal, I'm going to have all kinds of meditations, activities, etc. for each seasonal celebration in case you want to dive in deeper or you want to do something with your family. So the ritual flow, each ritual will do an overview of seasonal symbolism. We'll do some energy clearing and shielding, really releasing what needs to be released before we can dive in deeper to the ritual components. We'll do some breath work, some meditation, some visualization. And then there will be some kind of beautiful ritual component that's going to be completely unique to each of the holidays. And that's going to be divinely channeled at the time that it's coming through. The container has been set up. This is something that's been building all year, and now the dates are set. So I will be sitting with in the weeks coming up to each holiday with what energy is coming through and really allowing my channel to open up. So there's going to be some surprises, but I'm also doing it in a very trauma-informed and open way. You will get a supply list before the actual ritual 2 weeks in advance, and you will also get a ritual flow the night of the live ritual, because I don't want you to go in blind, but I also don't want you to go in with expectations built up in your head of what things need to look like. We will do some kind of symbolic ritual. So this might be lighting candles. It might be doing something and writing it on a piece of paper to burn later. It might be doing a crystal grid. It could be any number of things. And of course, you follow along as you feel compelled. But there will always be an opportunity to tune into what's present in your life and reflect. So that's a quick overview of just the ritual flow. Now, I've mentioned, if this is for you, you're already a person who's very wanting, even if you're not already in balance, that you're wanting to tune into balance and rhythm and flow and things like that. But there's lots of different ways to engage with this. So the half moon tier is for you if you're looking to bring that little bit more magic into your life and you just want the ritual container. You just want these 8 celebrations. You want to kind of know what to do for them. That's a general framework. You want to be empowered to kind of do your own thing, but you also want to be a part of the live experiences. But you're not needing community support or one-on-one support. You're really just kind of showing up like you would go to church, right? You go to a service, you enjoy the service, you get something out of it, and it still is processing in the background for some good time, but it's not, it's not like high pressure. The gibbous moon tier is for you if you're excited about the ritual components, but you really do want space for intuitive healing and accountability throughout the year. So you're looking to work one-on-one with me. There have been several people saying they were really hoping to be able to work one-on-one with me in some kind of coaching capacity, and here it is. So the gibbous moon tier gets you that one-on-one access to me throughout the year, 8 coaching sessions as well. And when I say coaching, I want to be really clear that for me, coaching is this conglomerate of my teaching. It's a conglomerate of my therapy experience, of my ritual experience, my divine channeling, and intuitive healing as a Reiki master. I use the word shamanic practitioner very loosely because I don't identify as a shaman. However, I bring in intuitive healing that one might call shamanic. So it's all of that is accessible to you in this experience. And then the last tier is the full moon tier. This is where you get the sibling circle. So you get the rituals, you get the coaching with me, but you also get integration calls. You also get community Q&A. So this is for you if you are like, I'm all in. I want as much access to Safriana as I can have. I want to have a connection deeply with others and build this healing space for whatever is coming through. Obviously, we're going to have some group norms for those containers, but the group's going to be kept small. This full moon tier is limited spots because I want to make sure that each person that comes into it is getting the utmost attention and tenderness that they need to navigate this. So again, if this is a soul yes for you and you're like, I am ready to dive into 2023 and just be with whatever's here, whatever's alive, whatever's beautiful, the next steps for you are to email support@livinglunas.com if you have any follow-up questions, or just go ahead and head on over to the enrollment container. It's tinyurl.com/silverwheel, or you can find it in the courses section on livinglunas.com. But the tiny URL/silverwheel is much easier. And again, there's no right or wrong with this. If you're not feeling called to dive into a container or be a part of a community with this, there is absolute beauty in doing this on your own. I see Facebook user just commented, hello, whoever you are. I don't have your info linked here. It looks like you have to accept that on Facebook. There you go. So connect your Facebook to Restream to show your name and profile picture. And you can go to chat.restream.io/Facebook to start. So anyway, I'm so happy to bring this forward. If you're a person who's looking just to learn more about this and you're not quite sure where to start, reach out. I'd love to have a conversation. I'm so passionate about the Wheel of the Year. The power of the Wheel of the Year is immense. From cracking open in the spring to, being in the full thrive in summer to fading away in fall and getting chilly and whatnot in winter and retreating and kind of going into the darkness a little bit. There's so much within us to access and learn. So I can't wait to see who is going to land in this container and how I can continue to bring this healing forward to you. So let me know how I can serve you. If you tuned in for the replay, #replay. And otherwise, let me know what I can do for you, and I will catch you next